Hello, and welcome to another video by ES Repair. I am your host, Mr. Fix-It. In this video, I'm going to show you something that should scare you. No, it's not about Halloween. This isn't a horror video. This isn't a ghost or paranormal activity. What this is about your computer. Now, thousands of you, I know, you get rid of your own computer, you're getting rid of your devices. For instance, you're getting rid of old hard drives. They crashed, or you upgraded to a bigger capacity hard drive and you're wanting to get rid of the old one, or you're just discarding your computer, period. Perhaps you have some memory flash cards that you're no longer using, you want to give it to somebody else. Perhaps you want to sell these at a yard sale. Yeah, I have seen people selling their computers, whether it's a flash memory drive or a hard drive. People do sell these in yard sales. What they don't know is what the information still contains. Yeah, I know, y'all deleted it, you hit the delete key, you right click, you chose delete, you erased everything out, you've reformatted the hard drive. But did you know that the information that you deleted is still on there? I'll prove it to you. What I'm going to do here is let me show you how scary this can be. Most people don't realize that when you hit the delete button or you empty your recycle bin, that data is still on that hard drive, and I'm going to prove it here. Let me go ahead and start my Power Data Recovery software by MiniTool. Now, this software comes in handy because, you know, if you lost your data and stuff, I did a review for this software. I showed you how well this thing is, and now I'm going to show you how powerful this software is. And you'd be very, very surprised to find what is actually on the hard drive. I didn't realize this much information was stored on a hard drive even after you reformat it or deleted it, things like that. It surprised me how much information this software found. What I want to do is I'm going to go to Damaged Partition Recovery. It's going to give me a listing of all the hard drives. The one I'm interested is in this one right here. This is a Western Digital hard drive that came out of a computer. We're going to select this. Now, if you open, this only shows you the information that's currently on there. You can choose lost files, which, you know, it shows you everything. This is the current information. As you can see, there's nothing on it. It just appears to be blank. But I'm about to show you something that's going to really scare you. You think your data is safe after you delete or reformatted your computer? Well, you're about to see the scary part. Now, what I've done here is I selected the drive down here, and I'm going to choose full scan. What this is going to do is scan the hard drive from start to finish, from the beginning cluster, which is 0, to the very last piece of the hard drive. It's going to search out any information that is stored on the hard drive, regardless of what the operating system sees. Now, on this side, this shows you the elapsed time. This is how much time has gone by so far. Here, this shows you the information of how many boot records that it found in the FAT, which is FAT16 or 32. It shows you how many folders it found in that format. It shows you how many parts that it's found. It showed you how many FAT files, which is in 16 or 32s. It shows you how many files were identified. So far it's found 4. Over here it's going to show you the remaining time. Approximately, depending on how fast your hard drive is or your computer, This one here I've got connected to a USB cable, so it's going to take a little longer. Plus it's also an 80 gigabyte hard drive. It's going to depend, you're looking anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour. Just depends on your computer. Here it shows you NTF boot records. It's found 1 so far. Here it shows you the NTFS file records. So far it's up to 198. Unless you're using a Mac computer, you don't have to worry about the HFS Plus files or folders. That is because those refer to Mac operating system. This software is available for Macs, but if you have a Windows computer, you don't have to worry about these. UDF files, that's for like CDs and DVD discs. And here it's going to show you the total files that it's found. Now all you got to do is sit back. It's going to take a little time. You can go ahead and do other things. And when it's finished, I'll show you exactly what it's found. When the scanning is complete, as you can see, just because the drive appears to be blank, as you can see here, this drive had several different partitions at one time. This is what I keep trying to tell people, you know, just because you're deleting something isn't necessarily being deleted. The information is still on there, as you can see here. Now I can pick any one of these. It gives you the partition that it found, which is usually the most current, which is partition 1. That's usually the most current one. And it shows each partition. The next column shows you the label, if it had one. As you can see here, this was the operating system. Over here in the third column is called the Start LBA, or Logical Block Addressing. This is the number or cluster number as to when the partition begins. Now as you can see here, the first one starts at 0. If you click on it, it shows you right here where the partition was positioned on the hard drive. If you click on the next one, it shows you where that one was located. It was over on the end. This one shows you that the partition was the entire hard drive. The next column is the size. This shows you what the size of the partition was at the time it was on the drive. The first one here was just 20 gigabytes. The next one was 27. Then you had 74. Each one of them had a different size. Like this one down here, and these other ones were very small, or fairly small down here. As you can see, the information are still on here. The next one over next, you don't have to worry about. This just shows you the percentage of the drive that was being used. Next you have files. This tells you how many files were found on that particular partition. As you can see here, the first one said there was 105 and there was 13 folders. This one here shows you how many folders that it found. This one here showed that it had 14,000. Now, I can click either one of these. For instance, let's click this one. Down here at the bottom, it shows you that it took up the whole drive. It was 74.5 gigabytes. Raw means that there's no format. These are often considered as damaged partitions because there's no boundaries, there's no format of any kind. It's just data that's written on there. A lot of times this is from data corruption, things like that. Well, let's go ahead and open this one. Once you have your partition that you're looking for highlighted, you click Show Files. Now, as you can see here, everything is categorized based upon what type of file that it is. Let me go ahead and slide this over some. For instance, if you're looking for pictures on your hard drive, you can go down here to the picture area. You got the PNG, GIF, JPEGs. If you're looking for your videos, you got AVI, your audio, MPEGs. Everything on here is categorized. Now, just to show you how scary this can be, let me go over here and open this one. Now, as you can see here, it shows you all the files. It won't show you the names, but it just shows you that the files exist, as you see here. Now, if you choose thumbnails, now you can get scared. You can see all the pictures that was ever on this drive. Nothing was erased. I've got pictures of a gentleman here, looks like a computer on there, a lady that's trying out dresses, someone getting their tooth fixed. This is everything that was on this hard drive. Let me go ahead and choose another one. Music, Wave. If you're looking for video files, they're all on here. Let's scroll on down and see. You'll also see, if the hard drive has it, even emails. Anything that they had on this hard drive, you can find. Over here, you have video. These are the videos that were found. You can recover these. Anybody who's looking at the hard drive can recover this information. If you have emails on here, bank information, checking account, credit cards, any kind of emails that you had on here can be recovered using this method. This is why I can't stress enough that when people are trying to get rid of an old hard drive, to a complete stranger, to family, if you just want to get rid of your computer, sell it in a yard sale, because like I said earlier, these things are sold in yard sales, believe it or not. Flash memory cards, any type of storage device are often sold in yard sales. People trying to get rid of old stuff. And what they don't realize is just because you hit that delete button, that the information is gone. As I just proved to you here, the information is still here. Now let me show you the best way that you can erase this information off of the hard drive, and keep your operating systems still intact. All you want to do is erase your personal information. Anything that can identify you want off your computer. And let me show you how that's done. Let me move this to the side. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you before I do that, let me go back. And as you can see, there's multiple ones. I can go to this one here. Let's open that one. Now let's go to Wallet, and here you go. You got more. These are more things that was found. QuickTime, AVG, or AVIs. You can find emails, documents, anything. This data is not deleted. It's still sitting there on that hard drive waiting to be overwritten, as you can see here. So if any of these partitions, if somebody has enough time and they have the willpower, they can search for all these partition information and find out if there's anything of value on that drive. So let me show you what you can do to erase that important information. Anything that you don't want somebody else to find, I'm going to show you what to do. Now I'm going to go back to Mini Tools Partition Wizard. I did a video on this earlier. This is a free software. Now I'm going to show you what you can do to secure your privacy. Getting rid of an old computer, getting rid of a hard drive, reformatting it, resetting it back to factory conditions, as you can see, does not erase anything that's on there. Now I'm going to show you how to ensure that the information that you deleted is removed from the computer or the hard drive. All you have to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start a program from Minitool Partition Wizard. I have shown a review to show you how the software worked and what you can do with it. Now I am going to have some tutorials for the software in the future, so stay tuned. We will have some more videos to put online. As you can see here, we're back to the main screen for Partition Wizard. This is the Home Edition. And what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down here to the bottom. As you can see here, here's the drive. I'm going to go ahead and select it. Down here you can see that the capacity is 74.5 gigabytes. It's only using about 104 megabytes. So it's still leaving 74, just shy of 74.5. Now that shows that the drive is blank. Well, I just showed you earlier that your data is still on that hard drive. But here's how to get rid of it. First thing you do is you can go over here in the lower left corner where it says wipe partition. You can use it up here in the commands up here to, if you want to wipe a partition. Easiest way to do is just right click the drive and then choose wipe partition. The next menu going to come up, it's going to ask you how you want to how to wipe the partition. Now, once you wipe a partition, that's it. Data is gone. And I'm going to show that to you after this is completed. Now, wiping the partition will remove every sector of data on the partition. Data once wiped cannot be recovered by any data recovery solutions, such as the one I showed you earlier. This one here gives you an idea of what you want it to do. If you just want it to do a quick one where you fill the sectors with zeros, you can choose this one. This is the quickest. You can fill the sectors with 1, which means every single sector is going to have a 1 in it. You can have it fill sectors with zeros and 1s, which what it does is it does it randomly. It's a little slower, but it does get the job done. You can have Department of Defense version, which do it 3 passes. This is very slow because it's got to do the entire hard drive 3 times. This is the normal one that you can use, especially if you have sensitive stuff on that hard drive. You can use the 3 passes. It's going to take some time, but believe me, it's well worth it. I'm going to go ahead and select this because I'm going to say, well, hey, you know, I got very sensitive stuff on that drive. I'm going to erase everything on it. And that's what I'm going to do. This isn't my hard drive. This isn't my information on it. So I'm going to erase it before we put it back into the computer and put an operating system on it. So let me go ahead and select this one. The slowest one is the bottom one. This is the 7 pass. Now that will take some time. Keep in mind, the larger the drive, the longer it takes to erase it. But it's well worth it. So I'm going to go ahead and select this one, and it's going to do 3 passes. You select OK. Now you're going to see it over here that these are the operations. That's pending. This is going to show you the information that's going to be unformatted. Now once we're done, unless you have anything else that you want to do with it, let's say that when it's finished, we'll go ahead and create a new partition. So let me go ahead, I'm going to right click, and it's not going to let me do it while it's going to do a wipe. But you can always come back to create a partition if you want, or if you want to format it to put the operating system back on it there, you can. What I'm going to do here is go ahead and apply. Now it's going to apply the changes. Do not turn off the power saving feature, or you can turn off the power saving feature on your computer and close all the applications before applying the pending changes. Now once you do that, click yes, and there you go. Now it's going to erase all the information on there, and it's going to make 3 passes. As you can see here, it's starting at 2048, and it's going to end at this address. As you can see, it's a very large number, so it's going to take some time. Here you have your total time, your total percentage of how far it's got. Here you have the white partition disk. This is how far it's going, and this is how far it's writing data. Now all you gotta do is sit back, and once it's finished, I'm going to show you the difference between deleting and secure erasing the data on your hard drive. Now once the erasure is complete, you're going to notice now that it says unformatted. Means that there's no data on it whatsoever. You'll notice a difference that if it says unallocated, then there's data still on there. It just hasn't been assigned to partitions or anything. But if it says unformatted, it means there's no data on the drive. And let me show you. Let me close this and bring up the data recovery again. Now here again, we're going to come back, and as you can see here now, it shows this as an unidentified drive now. It means that there's no information on it. Now let's check. Now if you see, it failed to open the partition because damaged partition recovery to full scan the partition. Okay, let's go ahead and do a full scan. Now this is going to take about 45 minutes. So what we're going to do is go ahead, let it scan, and then I'm going to show you the results. Now once the scan is complete, as you can see here, it no longer shows any partitions on here. No data whatsoever. This is the importance of deleting or erasing. This is what I call secure erase. You can use Mini Tool Partition Wizard. This is a program that I use to erase this hard drive to ensure that none of the data remains on the hard drive. And this comes in handy if you want to get rid of an old hard drive, an old storage device, whether it's a flash memory card, if you want to sell these to somebody else or give them away, junk them. Make sure that you erase the data that's on the hard drive. That way you don't risk getting your private information out to the public. Well, I'm your host, Mr. Fix-It. Thank you for watching.